Another live look outside. We are finally seeing some rain.
Here's a picture of one of our live crews on the ground is supplying. You can see it's dark out there. The lights are all out. APS reporting, along with SRP, nearly 6,000 homes and businesses right in central Phoenix have lost power this evening as those storms move through. Seeing some pretty strong winds earlier.
Very strong winds and now some heavy rain, especially in the Southwest Valley, Avondale, Tolleson area. You can see live on First Alert Doppler radar. It's just kind of sitting there, very little movement. So we do have a flood advisory through 12:45 tomorrow morning. Severe thunderstorm warning is extended through 10 p.m. Look for that to possibly go past the top of the hour. And that's what's coming up. Full First Alert forecast coverage coming up on this surprise Wednesday night storm. Coming up live here at 10 o'clock.
Okay. I'll toss to scene, okay.
Good evening. First up at 10 o'clock, signs of the monsoon showing up in parts of the valley late tonight. These are some of the latest videos you have sent in to us or posted on our First Alert Facebook page of the rain and the lightning out there tonight. Plus, a few thousand people right now in central Phoenix are without power. Kind of a welcome sight, at least when it comes to the rain, right? After more than a month without it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jared Dillingham.
And I'm Nicole Kreitz. It has been a busy weather night. We are still first alerting for more storms on Friday. Our First Alert meteorologist, C. McLaughlin, is tracking this. We got enough rain. Some areas now under a flood advisory.
Yeah, down in the Southwest. But first, we're going to check in with Steven Sarabia. He's out there in the rain in central Phoenix. Another outlook of the storm, or a problem of the storm. How power outages, Stephen?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Scene. There's a couple thousand, a little less than 6,000 here in central Phoenix. And this power outage isn't just impacting homes, it's impacting intersections. This is 7th Avenue and Indian School. And usually in a case like this, if you come across an intersection with no power, you treat it as a stop sign. You can see a lot of these cars are doing that, but sometimes that hasn't been the case this evening. We've seen many cars sort of ignore that, a lot of honking, a lot of screeching. Fortunately, we haven't seen any crashes at this moment. Again, this is 7th Avenue in Indian School. Both SRP and APS reporting about 6,000 customers impacted by this power outage in sort of the central Phoenix area. And as you can just see in the sky, the lightning still going strong just south west of us. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of cars. They are stopping here right now following. You can see a little bit of confusion right here. But for the most part, again, we haven't seen any crashes yet. A few close calls. But the rain itself here in central Phoenix has really died down. It's just pretty much a drizzle at the moment. It was very hard a few minutes ago, but we're still tracking that. And of course, just right there, just saw a car screech to a halt as they probably didn't realize that the intersection did not have any lights. But to track the latest on the storm, we have Scene over in the Weather Center to tell us the latest.
Yeah, Stephen, you and the crew want to maybe take several steps back away from the corners of those intersections, because that's the issue with power outages with no single signals. People may not be paying attention. The roadways are slick and they come up on that dark intersection. All of a sudden, they got to hit those brakes. So Stephen's going to be out there throughout this half hour, keeping you informed. 96 degrees. Okay, why am I pointing that out? We don't have any measurable rain over at Sky Harbor, but boy, in Tolleson, they're going to open up the pizza place door, and here we go. Boom. Yeah, it is coming down in buckets out there in the Southwest Valley. We've had some of the gauges tripping over a ½ inch of rain in about 15-20 minutes. This was a very strong storm that just bubbled up in about 15 minutes. Stephen mentioned Central Phoenix and those power outages. It was more of a gentle rain. Didn't last very long, but yes, Central Phoenix did get some rain as well, around ¼ inch in some places. Here's the current temperatures. You can see it all started at Deer Valley. They dropped into the 80s, but we're still pretty warm in the central part of the city. And there's Avondale, right where that storm system is just hovering right now at this hour. Came out of the Deer Valley area. Those outflows triggered off this thunderstorm, and within 15 minutes, we saw all that lightning, all that thunder, and then, yes, that cloud to ground lightning has been dangerous, knocking those power outages. About 17 delays, 1 cancellation so far over at Phoenix Sky Harbor. If you got a late night flight, check in with that. We do have ongoing severe weather out there. That severe thunderstorm warning just expired at the top of the hour at 10 p.m. However, if you're just joining us, from I-10 all the way down through Avondale, Tolleson, you're under a flood advisory for some street flooding, washes running through about 12:45. I'm going to end here, guys, with this. Here's our high resolution model. This is just updating. When can we expect this storm cell to really diminish? Still has a couple more hours on it. I'm going to try to update this futurecast for you and show you what it's going to do to tomorrow and maybe Friday's forecast coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Scene, thank you very much. Unfortunately, we are seeing the impact of that power outage in Central Phoenix. A live look from our crew at 7th Avenue in Osborne. So this is about ½ mile south of where Stephen was reporting live from just a short time ago. Does that look like it's a Waymo vehicle that's involved in this crash, or maybe the Waymo is just stopped there on the street? But that's the telltale sign of that spinning device on top of the SUV there.
Sure.
So we don't know if that car stopped automatically because of a crash or if this was possibly involved in the crash. Regardless, checking to see if anyone was injured there as our camera kind of moves around. But you could see all the stoplights are out. And boy, that vehicle is pretty banged up. Checking with APS, they have about 3,000 homes and businesses in this area of Central Phoenix that are without power. They just said severe weather has damaged our equipment. We're working to restore the power as quickly and safely as possible. And taking into consideration all of the outages from SRP and APS, they have already made progress within the last 10 minutes or so. It's gone from 6,000 outages down to 5,000, so they are making progress, but clearly the power is out for a pretty big section there of Central Phoenix.
Okay, we have crews out in the valley and across the state tracking this, and we'll of course break in and let you know if we see any more big activity out there as we watch the radar. Now let's get on to the fire watch.
Tonight, some homes up in Oak Creek near Sedona are on standby to evacuate just in case flames from a new fire there move their way.
The Woods fire has now burned 50 acres. It was putting off a lot of smoke southeast of Sedona. Our breaking news reporter Stephanie Dupre here with the very latest near Oak Creek.
Well, at this point, we are still working to get more concrete information from the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office and the National Forest Service. Now, as you can imagine, they're very busy. We're standing right in front of the command center. It's very dark over here, but this area is where Chopper has been coming down to get water, to drop it on those portions that
by that fire crew tonight. Thank goodness. Big scare. That's the sound we've been waiting to hear for a long time. More viewer video coming in. Keep them coming our way. We are seeing a lot of rain and thunder moving across the valley scene.
Yeah, not only power outages, but now we have a few of our streets and highways flooded. This is Loop 202 Lower Buckeye Road. This is a person out of their car. It is stalled in some standing water on the far left side of those lanes. Loop 202 Lower Buckeye Road. Man, this has been quite a storm in a very short period of time. I've got details, latest radar, futurecast, and what that's going to do to our first look outlook. That's all coming up live here at 10 on Arizona's Family.
Sounds good, scene, and we have our storm commander providing live pictures as our crews head to another area impacted by the storm tonight in the South Phoenix Laveen area. Our coverage continues right after this. Welcome back. A popular brewing company and a local Thai restaurant are two restaurants being told to clean up their kitchens.
Here's Jason Berry with tonight's all-new Dirty Dining.
The new India Bazaar at 7th Street in Virginia in Phoenix. 3 major health code violations. Raw eggs stored above
over at the airport, but who cares? I mean, it has been raining and heavily across portions of the valley, especially in the southwest. Started up in Deer Valley, and that pushed down in through the Tolleson, Avondale, Laveen area where we're having all of those issues. So it started up in the Deer Valley area where it came down fairly quickly, dropping the temperatures into the 80s. Now it's just kind of stuck down here in the Southwest Valley. That aviation warning for Sky Harbor has now, guys, been reduced or pushed up to 10:30. This was past midnight. I just checked, from 17 delayed flights, they're now down to 11 with one cancellation. So their situation, visibility in and out, is improving over at Sky Harbor. What's not improving is this First Alert Doppler radar picture. You can see heavy radar returns, basically Phoenix Raceway. So there's downtown Avondale. Phoenix Raceway is right here, down through the Estrella Parkway. There's that Loop 202 extension where there has been some flooding along that stretch of freeway. Now it's pushing down in through the southern part of the valley over into Sun Lakes. Here's that flood advisory through 1245. Let's take you through tonight. It looks like this storm is going to be coming out of its intense area within the next hour to 2 hours. And like Holly said, these rainfall amounts have been really impressive, over 1/2 of an inch. I'm going to toss to Holly in a second, but I wanted to show you guys, a lot of people have been smelling smoke. Yes, there's some lightning strike fires out there, but this smoke came down from the Billy fire north of Tonto Basin from the outflows of those storms. So not only is there been some spotty lightning strike fires around the valley, a lot of you have been calling in saying, where, Holly, has this wildfire smoke smell come from? All the way north and east of the valley from the Billy fire. I've got much more coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Yeah, seen very impressive photos and videos, like we've been saying, coming out. Take a look at this one. Tolleson, that's an area you've been talking about, getting slammed with some showers and storms. So we'll go full screen here. John Zolker said, man, did we get hit. Take a look at just the trees moving back and forth. We'll wait a second because you can see when he kind of pans the other way, it almost looks like the rain is blowing sideways. Some very heavy rain coming down in this area. Lots of lightning, of course, as well. And this is just the area where we've seen continuous rainfall, some pretty heavy rainfall over the last hour or so. We'll get to one more video here just up the road. Take a look at this. This is up at a pizzeria, but when he goes outside, look at that, rain coming down pretty hard. And this is one area, again, that's getting slammed and has been for the last couple of minutes. So these all to our First Alert Facebook page. We appreciate that you guys send those in so we can kind of see what it's looking like in your neighborhood scene.
And thanks so much, because we love it when you help us tell the story. So tune in tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 to Good Morning Arizona. Why? Because I think we're going to be adjusting this forecast. I think our rainfall chances will go way down tomorrow. Same with our temperatures. And I think our Friday rain chances, with all this moisture now in place, might even go up. That's why we First Alert, to give you that heads up to plan out your day on Friday. It's going to be a dry weekend. We got much more storm coverage coming up live here at 10 o'clock.